I'm up here, Clifftop, West Virginia, Babcock State Park, but specifically Camp Washington Carver. This is the first Black 4-H camp in the country ever, and it's right here in West Virginia. But what I know it for is what my father started back in the late '70s, early '80s, was Camp Washington Carver, the Norman Jordan African American Arts and Heritage Academy. Back then, it was just a African American Arts and Heritage Academy. But since my father passed away, we put it in homage to him and put his name on it, Norman Jordan. But this is where it started. And I was actually a student when it first started here. This is Camp Washington Carver. I got great memories here, man. But it started here. Before we even started doing the camp here, I worked here with my father. My father used to do doo-wop Saturday nights, and he would bring in the Dells, the Drifters, and I would work parking down there. And it'd be cars for miles just waiting to get up in here to see doo-wop Saturday nights. And my father was bringing in those groups, and I used to work so hard. He worked me so hard. I'd be working from morning to night. Wouldn't get to see none of the shows, but I could hear the music. But yeah, Camp Washington Carver. You can see what it looks like. Look back, but that's why, in my song, Let God Do the Rest, I say birth of the dream. This is the birth of the dream, because this is where, at this art camp that we do, we work on a week full of arts. And me as a student, being able to just work on my artistic, because the way our camp works, you pick the discipline you want, whether it's dance, theater. Back here we did photography even. But we had steel drums. You just pick your discipline, and you're in that class all week until you work on your showcase and your performance on Saturday. But for me, getting that kind of attention and learning that discipline and just being engulfed into the arts like that in a beautiful setting like this, it was just awesome. It was awesome. Like, that's all I could say. And it's the birth of the dream. This is where it happened. Yeah. I go Route 60 to Route 19, Jordan Clan, birth of the dream. And this I'm talking about here. I'm talking about Camp Washington Carver. I'm talking about moving to West Virginia for the first time. Me and my brother Gandhi verbalizing and being like, this is what we're trying to do with our lives, and this is going to be our goals. And that's when we started rooted. It was in West Virginia, when we settled down in West Virginia, where we even started to think like that. But then when we started to do things like this, the camp, and me working doo-wop Saturday night with my father, we've always been around our father, in the arts. Like I said earlier, I think I said earlier that, I used to go to Caramue's daycare, while my father worked at Caramue Theater House, one of the first Black theaters in the country. And my father was a director there, and I would go to daycare there. So I've been around the arts, but it was here, though, when I started to get hands-on with the arts. So Camp Washington Carver means a lot to me, and I'm glad I got to come up here and get this. And I know a lot of my fellow campers who was at this time are going to see this video, and it's going to bring back memories. We should do a reunion or something out here, man. Like, all the campers who used to come out to Camp Washington Carver come back here, maybe do a picnic or something. That'd be dope. Start of a long journey. Journey that's still going on. Still journey going on. That's the one thing I like about our art camp. It shows what discipline and work ethic is about. And I just learned, I've already had that still, because I'm always watching my father, watching what he was doing, being a part of what he wanted to do. But it's the camp, though, just doing it for a week as a young person. And if you really got that bug in you, it's a blueprint for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. And you better believe I utilized every bit of it. Every bit of it. Still utilized it to this day. In fact, if you're interested in the art camp, we're doing it this year, July 8th through the 13th, down at West Virginia State again. This will be our third year at West Virginia State. Love it down there. You go to Norman Jordan, AAAHA.com. Register now. Kids 13 through 18. And actually, no, we're taking 12-year-olds now. So kids 12 through 18. Camp Washington Carver.